Ladies and gentlemen, and NBs of course, today we're going to be talking about, well, this segment's going to be a little interesting actually, because it's going to be a combination of a couple of things. First, it's going to be a mix of a normal reaction video I would do, where I do commentary and discuss a video that I'm watching. There will be, I'm sure, a few points in which I'll respond to things and whatnot, but for the most part, it'll be a somewhat agreeable reaction video. However, the second part is going to lead into a full-fledged drama segment. Because the video we're about to watch garnered criticism from, of all people, Hasan Piker of the Young Turks and Twitch fame. He has criticized this video and the creator of said video. Now, to be fair, the person in question who made this video does have a history in which they did harass Pokimane and were kind of a dumb fuck with all that. And I get that. The cringy, like, haha, Pokimane is bad, let's fuck with her, isn't that funny, guys thing. It's kind of gotten old. Like, it was funny for a little while, and it's funny when Pokimane's actually done something bad, but when it's just like, I don't know, it just seems a little bit weird and overly obsessed and parasocial. I don't know, it just feels like there's this whole genre dedicated to dunking on, like, female streamers, and specifically her, but I guess she's kind of the representation of female streamers, so maybe that's the thing, I don't know. Regardless, he did a video, and this video is actually not a new subject matter for our stream. We reacted to a video that he does reference. I have seen some of this video, by the way. We have reacted to the original video he does reference in this one, in which we learned about this town, the most racist town, quote unquote, in America. And JiDion, that's the name of the YouTuber, JiDion, went to this town. I went to the most racist town in America. He went there with this other YouTuber who's like a shock jock YouTuber who does like the yeah, he was on PKA. Yeah, Brandon. I was gonna say, like, I was gonna start talking about Brandon and like what he does and everything, but like I don't know if like my community is very familiar with like that side of YouTube, the sort of shock jock fuck with people type stuff. But that is normally what JiDion does, but this video is not that. This video is not a fuck with people kind of video. We're just gonna give it a watch. We're gonna go take a look at Hasan's criticism, and I'm gonna give you guys my take. This is probably gonna be the longest segment of the stream by far. So we're gonna try to make it go by a little faster. We're gonna watch this video on 1.5 speed. I know you guys don't like that, but Cherry does have college work, and I've been making segments a lot longer lately by not speeding up videos because you guys don't like it, but Cherry's been like, listen, I have to do college work, and if you don't start making these segments shorter, then I'm not gonna be able to get daily uploads out anymore. So yeah, we gotta expedite these longer videos occasionally.
I'm in my pain with his fingers.
I've had several old people come out here. They're gonna tell that nigga to get out of here and shit.
And we'll ride the race, brothers. What ride?
Several years ago, Harrison, Arkansas received the moniker of the most racist town in America.
Home of the
Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe it's too sped up. We'll bring it down to 1.3 speed.
KKK compound and Tom Robb.
That hatred is here, and we still don't tolerate it.
I think if they want to start trouble, they should do it in their own town. We didn't ask for them.
So I was scrolling through YouTube the other night, and I saw a video that caught my attention. It was called Holding a Black Lives Matter sign in America's most racist town.
This right here is the biggest hoax there ever was.
It's just the next thing to ask.
It is.
These guys got a pound. That shit don't make shit here.
Inside this 2-minute video was a sneak peek of how the residents of Harrison, Arkansas behaved, and they were shown cussing at and berating a white man for doing nothing more than holding a Black Lives Matter sign.
You dumb shit. Are you a Marxist?
I'm domestic terrorist. Explain to me why I couldn't find that.
So I thought to myself, not only as a content creator, but also as a black man, I had to go to this town and find out firsthand the truth about the most racist town in America. All right, so we survived one night here already. I'm not
Okay, I'm getting this shirt.
gonna lie, it's really not that bad so far. Like, literally.
Homosexual. It's not sus. He's the homie. I'm getting this shirt. Somebody send me a link to this shirt. This guy's hella brave. I mean, yeah, I mean, he is pretty brave for doing this, legitimately. I mean, let's be real. Probably nothing would happen to him. Realistically, nothing bad. But I mean, there are towns out there in the South, you know, if you're black and you go into the wrong neighborhood and you start, like, trying to provoke something, something might happen. And this is, as far as he knows, probably one of those towns. He probably thinks it is one of those towns, and that's why he's there for the content. This is how you tell a good YouTuber from a bad YouTuber, okay? And I'm not like, not morally, by the way, but just from like whether or not they're good at being a YouTuber or not, is whether or not you're willing to literally die for content. If you're willing to die for content, then you're a good YouTuber. If you're willing to risk dying for content, I should say. Not willing to die for content, just willing to risk dying for content, then you're a good YouTuber.
Everybody I've talked to, they've been really nice.
You have an irresponsible amount of ass.
Bro, chill. Girls literally DM me talking about, can you please give me some of it? Like, you don't need it.
You're like a freight train of urban excellence.
Oh.
Exploding into the office.
So this guy's name is Brandon. He's like a sort of shock jock, like goes around in public and fucks with people. I think I watched, this might not have been him, but he went on PKA and he told a story about going to Thailand to do sex tourism. He's like one of those guys. That's like the kind of guy he is.
Not yet.
I need to listen to this song again. I haven't heard it in like so fucking long, but it goes hard.
Hello, everybody. As you guys can honestly tell, we're not from here. I'm from Atlanta, you know. I'm one of the best rappers coming out of there and everything like that. We've heard rumors that this is the most racist town in America, but so far, I'm not gonna lie, it's been like one of the nicest places.
Okay.
Actually, let's go.
Low key, wealthy YouTubers, when I watch like their vlog type content, is always like so, it always feels so disconnected. Like, why would you go here to try to find the racist people in town? Like, this feels like it's the one, you know how like in South Park they've got the like gentrified district of the town? And that was like a whole meme in South Park for a while. It looks like the first place he went to find some racists was like the super gentrified, like, look at this restaurant. This is for like hipsters, like white fucking coffee drinking, soy latte chugging hipsters, I feel like the younger people in the area. Like if there's a community college in the town, this is where it would be. You know, that's the kind of place that this restaurant looks like. I don't know. I'm not criticizing JiDion. I'm just saying, if I was looking to find some racism, the first thing I'd do, okay. All right, hold on. I'm going back to my bunk-ass town that I lived in before I moved to California. There would be 2 places I would probably go. 3 places primarily I would go to find some racists. 1, very close to where I lived, there was a place where they would do Civil War reenactments. So I'm sure you could find some there. The VFW, I'm sure you could find some racists at the VFW. And Walmart. Walking around the Walmart parking lot, just look for the Confederate flags, just look for the Obama was born in Kenya stickers, look for the Obama is Osama bin Laden, whatever, I don't know, like those kind of memes. Like, you'll find that everywhere in the parking lot of a Florida Walmart.
Booth. My booty's kind of hurting, so I need more cushioning.
Like, I would have gone to a Walmart.
They're not really like fitting our narrative.
You're like, man, it's the coolest town in America.
Hey, can I ask you a question? How long have you lived here?
16 years.
16 years. Like, how do you like it? They said that this place was like the most racist town in America, but like what have you seen here that you would like deem maybe racist?
Out in Zeke, which is probably like a 20-minute drive, the leader of the Ku Klux Klan or whatever lives out there.
So this isn't the racist town, Zinc.
We have people, of course, but you're gonna find that everywhere.
Sure.
From all places, why here?
Bro, I mean, everybody's saying that this is the most like racist town in America.
Supposedly it is.
Why do I recognize this guy? What the fuck? Why do I feel like I've met this dude or seen him on TV or something? What the fuck? He looks like really, really familiar to me. That's really crazy. Odd. Maybe like I guess it's like possible. Maybe he like went to school with me when I was a kid and like moved to this town or something. I don't know. That's unlikely. Seems like he's lived there his whole life. I don't know. He looks so familiar. I don't know.
But it's been like chill. Like
It's chill. I love it here, actually.
This is not made up. The KKK keeps neighbors with their fucking leader.
Yeah.
Really? Damn, you did like beat my ass if I like showed up.
Honestly,
No,
Damn.
I don't know. I heard stories.
So he's a current leader.
Yeah.
And he's cool people.
I met him. He's pretty cool, but
This is the man we need to find, y'all. Guys, when I tell you, we came to this town with no preparation.
He's pretty
We just came here
cool.
expecting racism to come to us, but we're gonna have to go to racism.
Should I just bait people? Yeah, I know about some fucking black guy over there. And then you just come all friendly.
Hey guys.
That'd be so mean.
That would. Bro, you might have connections to White Pride Radio. Like, yeah.
We gotta kick some bars on White Pride Radio.
All right, boys. So Brandon literally got food poisoning when we were inside the place and stuff like that. Brody actually like started throwing up like crazy. It was actually really bad. So he's gonna be in this hotel chilling and stuff like that. So I was thinking about going to Zinc.
Okay. I know one small bit, because I actually haven't seen the entirety of Hasan's criticism. of this video yet, but I've seen a small amount of it. And my understanding is that Hasan's criticism was that JiDion's video essentially played into essentializing racism to really only be when you have like a skinhead screaming the N-word and carrying a tiki torch. And that like, oh, yeah, the leader of the KKK, yeah, he's neighbors with them, and he's a cool guy. Like, I think that was what Hasan criticized, from my understanding.
Would that be a bad idea?
I don't know. That's a hard one.
I'm trying to do an interview with Rob Tom. I saw. Be careful. Is that bad?
I've heard stuff. Like, a family that lives over there, and none of them are like that.
For real? That's what I'm saying, like, cause like.
I've heard rumors, so.
Ooh. We go on an adventure? Go to Zinc? You too. Thank you, guys. Do you think it'll be dangerous if we go to Zinc?
Probably not. Everybody just kind of tries to stay away from them, so people don't really have information on them. Their mindset is on trying to keep, you know, it kind of whitewashed here.
Yeah.
You know, I want more people to just get out of the hood in general.
All right, boys, man. So right now we don't have any leads on how we can get over to Zinc. So we're trying to see if we can find anybody that knows any people over there. So that way, like, we won't really be coming unannounced and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be like really cool if we could get like an interview.
Is Zinc like a town or is it a?
Like, we went to the most racist town in America, but we're like looking for the racism. Oh, I thought that was a Confederate.
Oh, they're at Walmart. Perfect.
I was like, never mind. We found it.
You'll find a racist at Walmart, guaranteed.
I don't like racism. Excuse me, man. Do you know Tom Raw by any chance?
No, I do not.
You don't? Do you guys know
I guarantee they find a racist at Walmart at least.
This is what journalism is. You have to find the scoop.
Guarantee.
Do you know anybody that lives in Zinc? You don't? Trying to have an interview with the leader of the KKK, Tom Robb. It's looking more and more like we just have to go out there. Attention, patrons of Walmart. I am trying to conduct an interview with Tom Robb. Does anybody know Tom Robb by any chance? Raise your hand if you might know Tom Robb. No? Do you guys know Tom Robb? Yes, sir. Fudge. Are you JiDion? Yeah. How you doing?
Are you JiDion? Yeah, he's like a big YouTuber. This dude is super cool. Like, he definitely, one thing that he has going for him that kind of lets him do well with this type of content is it feels like the guy is he's never self-conscious. He's never afraid to just be the guy in the middle of the room everyone's staring at and judging. He's never afraid of that, and that's admirable.
Good, good.
Walk with me.
Yes, sir.
Oh shit! Oh shit! A guy walked up to him with a goddamn "Don't Tread on Me" shirt on and said, "Walk with me."
With both of his sons.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't use my name. You know how gangs are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like if you call somebody out in your own hometown.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not good for business. But what do you want them to know?
Oh no, we're not trying to know anything. Like we just, like me personally.
He won't.
You don't think he will?
Brother, I could tell you some stories. How we used to have to cut the tails off black people when they were born. Stuff like that.
So do they have a lot of pull in this area?
That's what we call backwoods pull. You see right now, me doing this, I'm a sellout. To the hill club. To the people around here, he's losing his pull. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People's getting educated. And they're also starting to step out for once.
I've been around here, like, but I've been seeing nothing but nice people.
The only reason I come up is you got balls.
Oh, for asking that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, I'm like, who is this motherfucker?
No, I'm not going there to change.
Jesus Christ. He was just like, oh, I just respected the fact that you had balls.
Change his mind, you know? Like, he grew up believing what he believes.
So they have a church. And if you read your Bible, he was created by God shaping him out of clay and breathing breath in his nostrils.
Yes, sir.
That's the white man. You are considered a beast. No different than a cow, a horse.
So they preach that, like, we were...
Yes.
Oh my God.
What's good, man? Y'all watch the video?
They think that God made the white man out of clay and breathed into the nostrils to make white people happen, but then brown people are yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not subscribe to the clay theory of race. I'm gonna go ahead and not ascribe to the clay theory.
Vids?
Yes, bro.
Appreciate y'all boys, man. Appreciate y'all boys.
Am I still here talking like some superstar and don't even damn know him?
You don't know him?
No.
I do YouTube.
You know how to get there? I ain't gonna send you because I'm afraid you get hurt.
Oh, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty charismatic guy. Like, hey, guys. What's good with y'all boys, man?
This is crazy, bro.
How long y'all been living out here, bro?
My whole life.
Trying to have an interview with Tom Robb.
Yeah.
These are some white boys.
I mean, y'all can take me to him, but
These
like,
are some
I gotta
white
figure out
boys.
if you want to have me.
We know where like his church is and stuff.
For real.
Yeah, he's got a church out in Zinc.
Do you guys have Snapchat?
Yeah.
All right, here. Can you do me a favor? Could you go up there?
Dude, these guys look like every single dude that went to my high school. If you want to know, hey Zan, what did the dudes you went to high school look like? Well, there you go. Basically all white dudes that looked like that. Oh wait, okay. But then occasionally you got the Tyler haircut, and everybody knows what the Tyler haircut is, okay? I don't, if you're young enough or old enough, I don't know. if you're in my generation enough to know the Tyler haircut, then you know exactly what that shit is.
Kind of like tell them about me. I'm not gonna spin the story or nothing.
Right.
I just want to have an interview, just talk. But if you guys get this interview going, you're legends.
Oh, we'll get it for you.
But you guys part of it? I'm playing. Shit, bro, flex on me, bro. Be like, bro, he got 4.6 million subscribers.
4.68 million subscribers.
The next biggest thing, he identifies as a white man. That's crazy, y'all. Like, bro, he literally like pulled me aside to like warn me. He's like, bro, you got balls saying that. Because when I tell you, this man was like nervous, looking around, and there was people like staring at us that are like a part of it. Because, bro, I feel like we ruffled some feathers already. All right, y'all, after a little bit of searching and everything and a little bit of driving, we found it. The infamous sign, whitepridradio.com. It can't be racist because they have a puppy on it. So, like, that's some good reverse psychology. And that's Tom Rob's son right there.
It's not racist to love people, whitepridradio.com.
Like, what even is White Pride Radio? You're tuning into White Pride Radio. White is right. White Pride Radio. I'm not white, so I can't do it. That's why I was coughing. Are you black? Do you have 4.6 million subscribers? Does every video you do, you wear a do-rag to hide the fact that you have a collapsed hairline, but all your millions of viewers know that you have a collapsed hairline, and you brush it off like it's a joke, but really you're insecure about it? Hey, man! Then you need Keeps. Keeps? What's Keeps? Keeps is a subscription service that helps men keep their hair.
Wait, but what's he keeping? I'm sorry, I had to do it to him. I had to. I'm sorry, I had to do it to him.
Yo, you feel better?
Do I look good?
No, you don't.
I've been throwing up like crazy.
Still?
Yeah.
Yo, Walker, so tell me everything that happened when you went up there.
We went this long dirt road, right? We had no service. We went up to his house where he was at, and he had this dude out there. We asked if we could see Tom, see if Tom was here, right?
Yeah.
He didn't say a word. Like, okay, and he went to the house and he got Tom. And we was like, would you have time for a meeting? And Tom was like, I got time. He's like, what we talking about? He was like, not because he's African American or nothing like that. Like, he said that.
At least he's not racist.
Yeah, he said, and he's like, maybe next week, or like, what's the time schedule? And I was like, dang.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of your guys from your school know that I'm in town and stuff like that.
Right.
What if y'all and y'all friends come by, scoop me up, and we go drive up there together?
All together?
How fast can you get this all set up?
Right, we got you like 30 minutes, we got you.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Right,
if Tom can't make time for me, I'm gonna make time for Tom.
How are these motherfuckers still operating, bro? They need a publicist, bro.
Bro, I need to be part of their marketing team, bro. I would have the KKK popping. PRDX KKK. That'll be a nice collab. But the trash talk would be wild in the game lobbies. All right, boys, I'm about to meet my army. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what I started, but pretty excited.
Wait,
it's crazy, like, the power that I have as a creator. Like, I don't really think of myself as a YouTuber, but I'm literally
Is he gonna have like a fucking, like a convoy?
bringing people out with me to go visit the KKK. Like, if you were to tell me I was gonna do that back when I was in high school making videos,
Is he gonna have like a convoy of fans?
Oh, okay.
Just that.
All right, they told their parents, so don't get mad at me. Mom, I'm going to the KKK headquarters right now. Mom, it's bigger than black and white. I love you, Mom. All right, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm about to meet the Grand Wizard. I gotta go. This the gang? This the gang? We're gonna have a meeting.
Oh wait, no, he does have an army.
And everything like that, but this is not no joking matter.
They met outside the fucking Dollar General.
On me, Marquez Brownlee on 3. 1, 2, 3.
They met outside the Dollar General. Oh yeah. Yeah, they do. Okay. I think I probably pissed in that Texaco on a road trip once. I think we might have had to stop for me to take a piss in that Texaco on a road trip once when I was a kid. Cause there probably not that one, but there are a lot of fucking rundown Texacos around Florida and in the South that are just copy paste this asset basically. No, literally, it's like they copy pasted the asset throughout the entire fucking South, okay? Oh yeah, the worst bathroom. Like these things are like just the same thing, just copy paste them across the South. They all look the same. They're just as run down. Like the text, it's red. It's supposed to be red text in the sign there, but it's always like half sun bleach, so it's always like all like half red, half white. There's not even gas pumps out front anymore. Like, how do you even fill your car here? I don't even know. Knife sharpening is what they sell apparently. I don't know.
Oh my
I've never been on streets like this. I think we were going to visit a lost tribe. Yeah.
Oh shit, okay, we got some people right here. Hello, how you doing? I was trying to see if Mr. Rob was maybe here.
No.
I'm a YouTuber. My name's JiDion. I was just wondering if like we could have like maybe like a little dialogue with Mr. Rob if he has any free time and stuff like that.
Right now he's getting different stuff together for the conference that's coming up. So
I heard about that. What can I ask what that conference is about?
He is so freaked out. He is so freaked out. He is so freaked out. This might be like his second or third time talking to a black person in his life. Maybe the first.
Faith and freedom.
I don't know if there's any way maybe I could come. No.
Especially not.
Feel
with
that.
The paranoia some people have.
I mean, we aren't anarchists. We just came here, you know, it's America, you know. We got the First Amendment, you know, freedom of speech and everything like that.
Actually, I don't believe in that, because if you have someone who can lose their job and their ability to support their family that they love, where they might have been brave enough to speak up, they won't put their children and their wife at risk.
So do you feel
Cancel
like
culture?
here the truth is spoken?
I would say as much as can be.
From the videos I've seen online and stuff like that, I'm sure
I saw this clip, and all I saw of it was streamers' reactions to this clip, and when he said that, all the chats started spamming based when that KKK dude said that. When that KKK dude said that, in like the reaction videos from the clip compilation I saw, every streamer that saw that clip, their chat just started spamming based when that KKK dude said that. Because he's talking about cancel culture. See, from the redneck KKK members to the politically disaffected gamer bro, there is a direct line that you can unite these groups by and pull these more moderate people more towards the right. Before, it was the SJWs and PC culture back in like 2016 or whatever. Now it's cancel culture and the trans agenda or whatever, and CRT and groomers or whatever. I don't know at this point what it is now, but it's just the same shit recycled over again. And I will admit, I'm starting to lean a little bit. I mean, I like this video and I understand what JiDion's doing here, but I also am starting to understand why Hasan might have had a critique of this, though knowing Hasan, I doubt he worded it well at all.
You seen them, you know, I was expecting to just like, you know, step right foot into town and then call the N-word, but
if it would make you feel better, I'll try it for you.
Oh, man.
I'm sure he will.
I just kept on hearing people, they were like, nah, the racists aren't in Harrison, they're over in Zinc. And then they were talking about how like they like kind of kicked you guys out of Harrison.
No white person, for the most part, moves to seek out diversity. They'll give lip service to it and move as far away as possible from it. Put up gated communities, spend their money.
Me personally, like I agree to a certain extent and stuff like that, you know. As black people, you know.
Hey chat, I moved from white ass redneck Florida to possibly the most racially, ethnically, and like definitely sexuality wise diverse place I've ever lived. There is a person in my town that's like, I'm not gonna say how far away, but there's a person in my town, and I see their house every once in a while, and they got the full-on progress flag. Every other house has a LGBT flag. Some houses even have like the progress flag with like the trans flag, LGBT flag, and like the bits there, like the you know the one, like the one that, yeah, that one, like there's obviously like a pretty, like there's a lot more people of color here than there were where I lived before I moved out here, so that's just not true. And I was paying nothing, really. Well, actually, I did pay a little bit, but I wasn't paying anywhere near as much as I do now to live with my parents back in Florida. Now I live in California, in Palm Springs, and I'm paying $20,000 a year in rent alone. Just my rent is $20,000 a year. I counted it up last night. $1,650 a month times 12, $20,000, roughly. Just about. $20,000 a year in rent. I moved closer to diversity, and I'm paying like $20,000 more than I was before. Probably not that. More like probably $15,000, because I did have to pay for some stuff living with my parents because they were kind of assholes. Was it worth it? Yes. To live on my own and have my own place, to live with my girlfriend and all that? Yes, it was definitely worth it. Was the diversity worth it? I mean, it's nice. It's really nice. One thing that I noticed very quick is the lack of diversity in some respects, right? So I know people in DGG specifically memed on me when I did the debate with, so you guys remember my debate with the politically provoked Britney chick? Do you guys remember that? Apparently DGG thinks I lost that debate. goes to show where their biases lie in their evaluation of debate performance. Regardless, though, they gave me shit because one of the examples I brought up when she asked how does immigration help our society was like, I like food from other places. Like, that's one of the biggest things that I benefit from. And, like, people gave me shit for that. But no, I stand by it still. I really, really do. One of the biggest things I was excited to go to Florida for before we had all that shit get in the way was to go so I could go to the fucking Spring Hills Deli. Listen, if you're one of the YouTubers in Tampa right now and you're watching, you need to go to the Spring Hill Deli. And you need to get a pressed Cuban sandwich on panini bread, all right? I have tried to find pressed panini bread Cuban sandwiches here in Palm Springs, and I have simply been unable to find any. There's just not a lot of Cuban sandwich places out here in California. A lot of them in Florida. I've been craving one for so goddamn long.
We look out for each other, you know? It's like, you know, people say black power, they look out for black businesses and stuff like that.
I'm not a segregationist, I'm a separationist. Every white country and only white countries are expected to become melting pots of humanity. And that's my stance. I oppose white genocide.
I'm not here to change anybody's mind or nothing. Like I said, like, that's why I just want to, like, I feel like the conversation should always be had.
Wait,
I feel
what?
Like,
I'm not here to change anyone's mind. I respect your opinion. I simply believe that the existence of brown people in this country is a genocide upon white people, and we're not going to talk about where the logic of where that leads, that, you know, there's a genocide being done on white people and what we should do about that. We're not going to go there. Oh, yeah, in that case, I'm just here to respect our opinion. We just have to... Okay, I understand why Hasan criticized this now, and I know why people got mad at Hasan, okay? Let me tell you exactly what happened, all right? I'm going to use superpowers to predict the future, okay? Bzzz, I'm gonna tell you what happened, okay? Guarantee. Hasan probably said that this video downplays racism. And I guarantee JiDion responded, who are you to say that me as a black man doesn't understand racism enough to be able to make a video like this? And then a bunch of white people who are fans of JiDion and hate Hasan that are right-wingers then got behind JiDion and started shitting on Hasan because it was an opportunity for them to claim that the left is actually the real racists. Is that what happened? Was I correct or no? Yes? Wait, really? Like, did I actually get it? How does he do it? Did I actually do it? Is that actually what happened? Keemstar got involved? No fucking way. Okay, dude. Dead on? Really? Listen, what can I say other than I've been in this space for a long time. I've got a very, very low opinion of the vast majority of people in said space. And I'm good at predicting how they think and how they'll behave. He called Hasan racist. Not a surprise to me. Let's see Hasan's response now, because I think the response was in the Leftovers episode they put out. So this is the Keemstar tries to cancel Hasan portion of it. This is apparently the part that is relevant to this situation. They'll probably explain it. I'm turning it up to 1.8 speed because both Ethan and Hasan talk slowly.
I gotta wonder if that's worth it.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's literally not worth it. I can tell you, and I know you know as well. We're gonna get canceled though. You know who's trying to cancel me right now?
Oh yeah, our favorite.
Yeah.
Keemstar, baby. Now, is this his first time trying to target you in this way? I mean, obviously
he's done like a million things on Twitter. Like he was like low key the person behind the America Deserve 9/11 push. Like he was the one who like got that. A lot of like Fox News Fox News producers should probably like watch him, or a lot of like weirdo Nazis and stuff. Follow him, and then they were hyping it up, and then Fox News producers paid attention to it, and it was on Tucker Carlson and whatnot. But he's been doing it. Like he's been at it for a while, which is always funny because he'll always be like, "This Hasan guy," and I'm like,
"Yeah, it's like I know you."
Yeah, I don't even know who this Hasan guy is.
Well, and he's accusing him of being racist, and he misspelled racist, of course.
He's
which
awesome.
Many people have pointed out, and he has yet to update it.
He's literally
racist,
Ethan. He's dyslexic. I don't know, but he's so stupid.
No, it wasn't misspelling. I guarantee it's because racist will get you, like, big letters saying racist in your thumbnail probably has a higher likelihood of getting you demonetized. So misspelling it, you know, people are going to sort of, like, they're going to see that and know it's racist, and they're going to click on the video, and it's going to have the same effect as having it say racist. But, you know, maybe the AI and maybe YouTube's algorithm doesn't detect controversial word in the thumbnail, and maybe Keemstar makes more money.
Like, well, he's been damaged. I mean, dyslexia is not the beginning of his problems. What the problems that he has stem from being unloved. But
Daddy, absolutely. Wait, let me see what kind of view count we're working with.
Well, I think he actually did pretty good because a lot of your fans, I think, went there to downvote it, which we love. But let's see here. I want to watch it because I haven't actually. I tried to watch it last night. I was like, I can't fucking do this.
I think the downvotes are actually because of the aspect ratio. Because if you look at the comments, even
And this fucking clown. Oh, 300,000, not that good.
Yeah,
he uploaded in 9:16. He did it backwards.
I love that.
Look at this.
I love that.
People are saying he uploaded the Snapchat version to YouTube.
Yeah, he's a game changer, dude. I don't know what you guys are just hating on my man. Okay, he's so brilliant.
What the fuck is this?
Like you're a fucking 40-year-old guy who's like covering little teeny bopper shit in your drama alert.
Dixie D'Amelio's in trouble this week.
Anybody still can't fucking figure this part out? It's like, come on, bro. It's awesome.
So let's watch.
I mean, not the whole thing. It starts. I think my part starts at like, and we don't even need to watch the whole thing unless you want to. But I think my part starts at like 5 minutes or something, or like 5 minutes.
Here we go. 5
right after. Yeah.
Bro,
I can't believe so many popular YouTubers still give Keemstar any lip service or the time of day. Listen, you guys need to understand something. There's something very important you guys have to understand. An intrinsic truth of YouTubers, okay? Most YouTubers are like companies. Who they associate with, what they'll advocate for and against, is almost entirely determined by what will help them and what will hurt them in this market that is the YouTube algorithm. If you are like a YouTuber and you have something to gain whatsoever from a friendship or partnership with someone as big as Keemstar, regardless of how horrible of a human being he is, you are not going to cut ties with him and disavow him. It's just not something most YouTubers are willing to do. Most YouTubers, in order to get to where they are now, had to throw away most of their morals, okay? And if you're expecting most popular YouTubers to act morally once they've gotten to where they are now, then you're asking that of the wrong group of people. Xander Hall Realist Arc. I do feel like I become more and more like I want to say doomer, but like more realist and more I think less of people much more now. I think a lot less of people in general. Like the more I do this, like the more like, as long as I make my expectations as low as possible for how people behave, I'm usually right. And I mean, have you seen my predictions? Have you seen my predictions? More or less, the thing to say here is, do not look for moral adherence from YouTubers. It's not going to happen. YouTubers don't care about making the world a better place. Even the YouTubers who make content about things that are bad for the world and have an air of, okay, so you're suggesting we ought to make the world a better place, then even they, in many cases, aren't willing to make that personal sacrifice to make the world potentially a slightly better place. You can't ask that of YouTubers. It's not the demographic. You're a YouTuber too? Maybe I'm different. Maybe I'm not. Can't know until I'm a big YouTuber, I guess. Listen, okay, you're allowed to accuse me of that once I can reliably pay my rent every month, okay?
Gotta break it to you. I'm so sorry.
Listen, once I've gone a full year paying my rent without having to ask another YouTuber for help, that is when you guys can accuse me of being a sellout, okay? Because we haven't hit that point yet.
I got a shit.
Drop that, yo.
Okay.
Grumpy.
What do we do then? What do you want?
It's a live show. There's nothing to do. You just gotta float it.
I mean, I can keep it going.
Yeah, float it.
I do
float it, and I'll float it.
I do live streams.
Oh, okay, so this is the whole 24-minute to 45. So that is a whole segment of their podcast. It's just Ethan got a shit, and it's just Hasan alone with the stream talking. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so Keemstar tried to cancel Hasan. Pathetically, here it is.
I'll tell you the story. Okay, JiDion. All right, JiDion went to the most racist town in America. He uploaded this video 4 days ago. I went to the most racist town in America. The video has popped off, getting over 6 million views. Now, here's the thing. When JiDion went to this town, the most racist town in America, obviously he's a black guy, right? He didn't really get a lot of hate. He didn't get a lot of racism. He actually talked to people. He had good conversations.
By the way, Keemstar's been riding JiDion's dick ever since the Pokemon thing. Yeah. He picks out like rising stars to try to leech onto.
Yeah,
and, like,
no, he's doing that right now for sure.
He kissed their ass and just tries to...
That's 1,000,000,000% true, yeah. Keemstar's possibly the biggest internet cockroach there is, yeah.
Become relevant, and it's what he does with certain people, and it really works. It's kind of weird, but
the thing is, aside from that though, like what he's saying here is pretty funny. It's like what do you
expect to happen?
Like, do you think that like just random people in this like 13,000 population town are just gonna be like, oh, I'm
There's a black man, pull out the glitch?
No, they're like normal people living there, bro. Like
that's not how racism works.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course, there's like anti-racist people that live there. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Wow, I really did call it, didn't I? I really did fucking call it. I actually called it spot on. Literally, it was just Hasan criticized that it was downplaying racism, and JiDion and his fans responded, and his mostly white fans responded by calling him racist. I do love the internet. I mean, yeah, JiDion's probably like pretty politically stupid, but I don't expect much from like normie YouTubers politically. Hasan claims JiDion, who went to the town, is downplaying the racism, and JiDion called him patronizing. Yeah. I mean, the guy that they talked to at the end of the video there was literally explaining that brown people existing is white genocide. That was racism. But obviously the audience that watches that content, they don't understand racism to be anything other than KKK rallies, burning crosses in yards, and skinheads with swastika tattoos in their necks. If a guy comes out and has a friendly conversation with a black person, even if he's like, yeah, well, frankly, I think that your existence in this country is contributing to a white genocide, then people's response to that will be, what a lovely and well-mannered conversation. This man did not see any racism whatsoever. It's like the worst thing that anti-racist activists ever did was stereotyping racists to be jackbooted thugs. I honestly believe that. I think the worst thing that anti-racist activists did for themselves was the broad stereotyping of racism as being these jackbooted thugs, KKK rallies, and like, now that's what people think, and that's what people think exclusively. And all it takes is a guy coming along like Richard Spencer, a guy like Richard Spencer or Paul Joseph Watson to come along, who are literally Nazis and get exposed for it by leaked audio clips of them ranting about how they want to kill the Jews. But because they wear suits or dress normally and present themselves not to that stereotype, they can literally just say Nazi talking points with a little bit of a rhetorical flourish. And as long as they don't meet that stereotype, they can totally get away with it. Because we've trained our society through pop culture and media into thinking that a racist is... Here, let's Google racist guy and see what comes up in Google Images. This is the first thing that comes up from BuzzFeed News. A man went on a racist tirade because a guy talked to his Puerto Rican mom in Spanish. African-American man with a sealed mouth with a scotch tape taking tape off fights again. Wait, is this like a... This is... You could buy this art. This is a clip art. And it's like... Dude, I love this. The commodification of imagery that is supposed to be like anti-racist. I love that. That's actually great. Here's a racist man. Here's a racist man. Man convicted in racist 2019 acid attack in Milwaukee. Here's what a racist guy looks like. Here's a racist guy. Well, this is a more recent meme, but still. I don't know. It just seems like most people, when they think racist, probably have something very different in mind than like what the real average racist really looks like. You should see Papa Guts' take. As he says, Hasan made a racist take by claiming JiDion is just dancing for white nationalists to gain approval. Let's just watch for a moment.
I guess I haven't seen JiDion's video, so I don't know what the most racist town in America.
No, like I think it's like pretty. The first conversation he has with a waitress at the restaurant they go to is like pretty informative, where she's like, I'm a normal person, I'm not racist, but there's some fucking freaks that live in the town next door. It's Zinc, okay? That's where the Klansmen are, all right? And that's it. That's the whole point. Like they were able to historically establish there, and they pushed them out of the town, I guess, like to the edges, and they're still fucking there. There's like a only whites only Klan church.
So if you want to prove something, maybe you should have gone wandering through the outskirts.
No, he did.
Oh, he did.
And he like literally talked to a guy who was a Klansman who straight up tells him like he's a neighbor of the Grand Wizard, and he's like, oh, you can't come to the, because he was like actually trying to go and find the main guy, the Grand Wizard, right? Which I gave him props for. I thought that was like pretty brave of him as a black man to like actually put himself in harm's way, like legitimate harm's way. I'm not talking like fucking bullshit. And he did that. And then he talked to the guy who was like, I'm not a segregationist, I'm a separationist, and all this stuff. And it was basically like, it was a civil discussion. And in that process, while I was describing these certain racial concepts to my chat, to my audience, as is what I do, I'm a political commentator, JiDion took personal offense to that and thought I was like patronizing him and telling him like he doesn't know what racism is as a black man. And he said like, I was like, it's giving white savior vibes, which you'll see in the video.
All right, let's watch.
Kids in the town were fans of JiDion. They invited him to the
kids in this town liked him. This is unbelievable. Racism is over, people.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's because a lot of the reaction.
Okay, listen. Keemstar genuinely believes you can't be racist if you have a black friend thing. Okay, Keemstar. I actually don't believe Keemstar's a Nazi or super far right. The more I see and learn about Keemstar, the more convinced I am that he just legitimately is very dumb. At least politically. I mean, he can't be dumb wholesale, considering the fact that he's built the career he's built for himself. No dumb person is capable of doing something like that. But at least as far as politics goes, it seems like he's got about a sliver of surface knowledge on surface level knowledge on any issue. And he feels very strongly about these issues. And he's blind to just how deep the pool of political knowledge goes. And that's like, to him, genuinely, racism is like when somebody goes to Klan rallies and that's it. You've seen his trolling background, right? Yes, I have.
Reactionary conservatives, well, they like to. One of their main talking points is that there's no racism. Racism doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, of course.
As proven by kids like the black man.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Of course.
Pulled out a prep rally around JiDion. So like, when you watch this video, you gotta applaud JiDion for getting the results that he got, which were all positive and not necessarily racist. But you know who had a big problem with, JiDion ending racism? Hasan Piker. Now, if you don't know, Hasan Piker's like
JiDion ended racism.
Sounded like it. The kids loved him, man. Yeah. The kids in that town.
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, of course they do, and that's normal, and that's a good thing, right? Like, I think when you're like, this issue is so much more complex than just like the kids were supposed to be racist to him. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Of course they're not going to be. That's not how racism works. It's not how systemic racism works. You know?
Right. Yeah,
it's a good thing.
No, it's super disingenuous to frame it like that. And like I said, that's one of their. They need to convince white people, especially conservatives, that they're not racist, and this is one way to do it.
Yeah, no, the only racism is like when you say the N-word. Like, that's the only time someone can be racist. But even then, it's like, well, was it situational? Was it contextually appropriate? Hypothetically, who knows? You know, maybe I was reading Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn. Like, okay.
Right? And so, he's always trying to be the savior.
We know who he was quoting right there.
Of black people and whatnot. I personally always got the feeling that Hasan wants bad stuff to happen to black people so then he can defend black people and look like a good guy.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit. I was completely right. It was literally just like everybody dick rode JiDion and took this as an opportunity to say the lefties are the real racists. Holy crap. Well, let me go ahead and give you Hasan's take in, I guess, a less controversial way, I suppose. All right, listen, I am a white boy, okay? I may be wearing, listen, you may not be able to tell based on my, the onesie I'm wearing, but I am white. This does limit, to some extent, my ability to be able to personally experience the type of racism that somebody in America who's black can experience. While I can hear about it, I can hear stories about it, I can study it, and I can, know about it, I'll never really experience it. I'm never going to go out in public and be the subject of anti-black racism. It's never going to happen. It's never happened. It never will. It's just, I'll never be able to know what it feels like exactly. However, I have done, I would like to say, more than a cursory bit of research on particularly issues having to do with racism, especially the systemic kind, that having to do with the forms of racism that exist in our criminal justice system and whatnot, and how these have been impacted going back in history all the way to the founding of America and before. I think I've got enough knowledge to give a little bit of a take on this, and that racism is a very complicated word. To some people, racism is when a white person is racist towards non-white people exclusively. For many people, that's what it is. I am of the opinion that racism, to give the broadest definition possible, when one person engages in discriminatory, stereotyping, or derogatory behavior, language, or thought processes about an entire group of people based on nothing but their race. I think that's a pretty good broad definition. This can encompass everything from like the very soft forms of racism, like when people like say, "Oh, you're Asian, you must be really smart," all the way to like the Klan rallies and shit like that. Like the most mild to the most extreme forms of racism, and all the different types I feel like are encompassed by that broad definition. Nonetheless, though, it's still important to talk about different types of racism, right? And I think with this discussion in this video, it's worth talking about three particular kinds that I notice in my my daily advocacy. The first kind is overt racism, and that's not really what we saw much of in JiDion's video. In fact, I wouldn't say that JiDion experienced any real overt racism, not necessarily. And that would be, like somebody just screaming the N-word. The kind of stuff we saw at the beginning of the video with the guy who was holding the Black Lives Matter sign. That guy saw, like, obviously the guy who held it was white, but the stuff they were screaming, that was overtly racist stuff. Stuff they were screaming at that guy. And then you've got, like, mask on racism. And that is when it's coming from somebody who, maybe if the cameras are off or if there were other circumstances, they would be engaging in outright, like, just fucking full-on, like, in-your-face racism, but because they can't, like that one guy, they do a little bit of dog whistling, right? The guy that JiDion talked to at the end of the video that we saw was literally just doing the Great Replacement conspiracy theory, saying that immigrants coming to America that aren't white are displacing the population of white people and that this is a white genocide. And his response is to say, well, I'm not here to disagree with you or to argue with you here. I just think this is a conversation we need to have. Hold on. Isn't disagreeing the way that you have conversations? Like, listen, I'm the debate guy. Listen, if you're JiDion, if you watch this, or if you're a JiDion fan, you watch this, I'm a debate bro. I like debating people. And I was under the impression that the best way for conversations and debate to happen is for there to be disagreement and to push back on ideas. JiDion did not at all push back on any of those ideas. I'm not saying he necessarily has to. He can make whatever video he wants. I'm not the boss of him. However, I do think that Hasan's critique of him kind of whitewashing the town a little bit, and not the town, I should say, whitewashing racism a little bit, is a little bit more valid, especially with that guy there at the end. And the final bit is one that's a little bit harder of a pill to swallow for a lot of people, and that's internalized racism. Internalized racism is a little bit interesting because it's something that you don't know about. And you can't really know about something or talk about something if you don't know about it, right? Nah. Internalized racism is the kind of sort of not intrinsic, that almost sounds like you're born with it. The more so ingrained ideas and stereotypes and beliefs in our society that push us to have biases that we could consider racist, for example. So, like, if a white lady is walking down the street and, like, there's a black guy walking, like, down the street towards her, like, on the sidewalk, and she then decides to, like, cross the road to be on the other side of the street, opposite sidewalk from the black guy, just because she feels unsafe, you know, that is racist. I mean, the fact that she felt unsafe most likely is the product of racist biases instilled on her through society. And that is still racist. And it's sort of unconscious and sort of like, or like clutching her purse maybe is a better, less extreme example. But regardless, it's not so overt. It's not so mask off. It's not even saying or doing anything. But it's still an example of a sort of, you know, sort of internalized thing that you don't really think about much. I'm not here to speculate on whether or not the people that JiDion was hanging out with and talking to friendly, I don't know, were like internally biased or whatever. That's not what I'm arguing here. What I'm arguing here is simply that racism is a little bit more than just black and white, as JiDion said in the video. It's more of a complicated and muddled thing. Certain racist ideas can exist. I mean, for example, believe it or not, there are black people who are racist towards white people. It's true. It's real. It's a thing that happens. It's pretty cringe, too. Every single race has people who are racist towards another race or all the others. There's a thing that happens. We need to recognize, and I know that, like, you guys watching my videos, this is not going to be an insightful take from me for you guys, but to, like, if you are like a JiDion fan and you're watching the video, I'm hoping this resonates with you to a degree and perhaps even clears up some miscommunications about the left that you might have following this drama. And that is, I'm not saying that JiDion's in the wrong and that his video is bad and that he shouldn't have done that or anything like that. And I'm not saying that he doesn't understand racism. I'm simply saying that, like, a lot of people think they understand everything or any given issue. But I think there's more we can learn about a lot of these things, even if you've got personal life experience with it. I've got plenty to learn about racism, and I know for a fact JiDion does too. Nobody knows everything about everything, let's be real. It's a complicated socio-political topic. And personal experience, I mean, it means a lot to be able to understand what it's like to experience something, but to understand it on a statistical level, on an academic level, on a more nuanced and more political understanding and a philosophical understanding, that requires more than personal experience. You know, I don't know JiDion's background, but from the things I've seen of him politically, or when he's gotten into things that are even somewhat political, it doesn't really seem like he has the most well thought out political beliefs. Not trying to be mean, but most people don't. It's just a thing. Most people are not politically obsessed freaks like me. And I think that's led to a sort of distillation and simplification of racism as it's sort of put forward in his video, and the fact that they did not encounter the examples that he sort of primed the audience to expect gave off the impression to a lot of people that the narrative that racism is a problem in America is in fact not true, and thus, isn't something we need to worry about, which is of course ridiculous. Racism is a problem. It is something we should worry about. And right here, the way Keemstar says JiDion solving racism is indicative of exactly the route that people like Keemstar, those that are on the right and doing this for political reasons, are doing it for, right? It is because they like the idea that racism is done, that racism is over, that racism isn't a big deal, and that we don't need to talk about it or worry about it anymore. Because if we stop talking about it, then, well, those right-wing politicians in Florida and all those red states can keep on passing bills to ban the teaching of American history that doesn't exactly completely whitewash everything that maybe our founding fathers did, or maybe whitewash the Civil War or what the South did, so stuff like that. Anyway, I'm very proud of myself for predicting every little bit of how this drama went before we'd even seen the full culmination of it. That was pretty fucking cool. But yeah, if you enjoyed my take on it and you enjoyed my summarization of it as well, then please consider dropping a like, both on the stream if you're watching it live, as well as the video when it goes up on its own as a segment, because likes are not just a hollow show of support anymore that are just a number next to the video. It actually does tell YouTube to support the video and push it in the algorithm to new people, which gets me new subscribers, more views, just generally helps the channel. And yeah, I really do appreciate it. It takes half a second to drop a like, so please consider. And of course, if you want to see more from me, you can subscribe and ring the bell icon so YouTube tells you when I go live, upload a new video or anything like that. And you can also see more from me online by following my social media linked down below, including my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and fan Discord. And finally, you can support me financially directly by donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or financially supporting me on YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, or even Patreon. With all that said, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.